I used to think all that talk about time distortions and buried signals was internet junk, but that changed the night I found the frequency. I was scanning shortwave bands out near Point Reyes, looking for the usual weather reports and distorted ham chatter, when I caught this repeating tone, almost like Morse, but too precise. It cycled every 12.4 seconds, with a tiny modulation that sounded almost like a heartbeat. Primera Record 8 had ran it through a spectrogram, and the pattern spelled out what looked like coordinates. I checked them. They led straight to an old USGS survey site that had been shut down since 1972. At first I thought it was some kind of prank, but the deeper I went, the weirder it got. That site, Station 5819, had been part of Project Mohole, the government's failed attempt to drill through the Earth's crust, except the coordinates didn't match any public record. When I compared them to the 1969 seafloor seismic maps, the same location was marked with a redacted label. Just one word was visible: Echo. I called a friend who works in geological archives at Stanford. She said there are classified pages missing from that year's drill reports, all around the same region. She also told me that the magnetic readings near that area still fluctuate, even though there's nothing man-made out there anymore. So I went there. It took 2 days by boat. The sea was dead calm, unnaturally so, like the air pressure was holding everything still. I dropped my hydrophone into the water and let it record overnight. Around 3 a.m. it picked up that same 12.4 second pulse again, louder, deeper, like it was coming from under the crust. When I got home, I compared the waveform to a few natural sources: earthquakes, undersea vents, even whale songs. None of them matched, but there was one pattern it lined up with perfectly: the Schumann resonance, the natural electromagnetic pulse of the Earth itself. Except this version had a delay, exactly 2.7 seconds off. If you translate that delay into distance, it corresponds to about 800 kilometers below the surface. That's the outer core boundary. There's no known way a signal could come from that deep. I sent my data to 3 research institutions. Within a week, 2 of them pulled their replies. The third emailed me saying there was a formatting issue and my audio file had corrupted their system. I checked my cloud storage the next day. The file was gone. Only the metadata remained, timestamped with a date from 1972. The same year Station 5819 was supposedly deep. Now here's the part that still keeps me up. 2 months later, the frequency reappeared on shortwave, 4,625 kilohertz, the same range used by the Russian numbers station UVB-76. Except this time, it didn't transmit numbers. It broadcast one word, repeated 5 times. H-O-H-O-H-O-H-O-H-O-H-O. Primera Cayenne. To tell if it, as human or geological or something we were never meant to pick up. But if it's just noise, why did it know my recording date? And who or what kept the signal alive after all these years?